and is still conducting terrorist attacks. So you can't really say that the war is ended as far as they're concerned.
Well, I'd also point out that the Taliban is an armed insurgency. ISIL is a terrorist group, so we don't make concessions to terrorist groups. We feel
the Taliban is a terrorist group.
I don't think that the Taliban is an armed insurgency. This was the winding down of the war in Afghanistan, and that's why this arrangement was dealt. Our view is, as the President said at the time, which is, as Commander-in-Chief, when he sends men and women into armed combat, he doesn't want to leave anyone behind. That was the commitment he was following through on this.
Right. We leave no alleged deserter behind. Taliban, which really I hate hearing that word from the administration, Taliban. And they're not terrorists. They're an armed insurgency. I bet David Horowitz, founder and president of the David Horowitz Freedom Center and editor of FrontPage Magazine, has an opinion on this. Hello, David.
Hi, Steve. Several, it's how many lies can dance on the head of a White House pin here. Let's see, the Taliban just slaughtered 130 school children in Pakistan. They're not terrorists. Bo Bergdahl, according to the White House, served honorably his country. I think it's really clear that the White House does not want us to win this war, that it sympathizes with our enemies. I don't see any other way to read this. How do you fight a war where you call deserters honorable? How do you, desertion, it used to be the firing squad, and there was a good reason for that. This guy betrayed, he didn't just betray his country. He didn't just betray an idea. He actually betrayed the men who fought next to him, 6 of whom were killed trying to find him. And of course, Obama leaves Americans behind. What do you think happened in Benghazi? He left heroes behind. What he doesn't leave behind is traitors, because he identifies with them. And to me, it's sad watching this young would-be press secretary, fall all over himself. But when you have to tell such huge lies before a national audience, you do get yourself tripped up. My understanding is he was, doing the exact talking points that the National Security Council gave him. And who runs the who's the president's national security advisor? Susan Rice. Come on. This administration is so corrupt, is so evil in what it's doing to the American people. There are going to be many, many American bodies to pay for both what this president is and is not doing, but also for the way collectively we collude with him by not calling things by their right names. On Fox the other night, they had the rear admiral, a rear admiral who was the press secretary for the Pentagon, trying to defend the indefensible. And it's so disheartening.
It is. It is really hard to watch.
People lying so blatantly.
It is hard to watch, and it really does make you wonder a lot of things. Now, let me ask you this. Now the Democrats have taken up a petition in the House. Nancy Pelosi, once again, the woman who went to Syria to meet with Assad when Bush was president, now says it's inappropriate for Netanyahu to come here and speak against Obama's foreign policy. What's your reaction to the whole brouhaha with Netanyahu?
Well, it's how Jew-hating the Democrats have become. And I include the Jews who are Democrats who support this stuff. Israel is facing what they call an existential threat. It's surrounded by Nazis, by people who declare, the mullahs, who declare death to Israel. They want to destroy the Jewish state. And Obama is diddling with them. It's mind-boggling. This is much worse than what Chamberlain did with Hitler, because there was reasons maybe where he could reasonably think that Hitler would do business with him. But these Iranians, they killed Americans. They declared that America should be wiped from the face of the earth. They're religious fanatics. It's just overt. They support terror all over the world. And Obama is doing this dance with them to allow them enough time so they can get a nuclear weapon that would destroy the state of Israel. Yeah. And his ire, and Nancy Pelosi's ire, is reserved for America's staunchest ally in the Middle East, and actually probably in the world.
They're holding American prisoners, including a pastor whose crime is he's Christian. They just put crosshairs on Netanyahu's sons. They sent out pictures urging they be killed. They just led.
They're animals.
They just led the overthrow of the Yemeni government, and they just killed Israeli soldiers through Hezbollah. And Obama apparently couldn't be more pleased with that regime. Hey, yeah, David, have a great Super Bowl weekend. Thank you, sir.
Oh, thank you.
Take care. David Horowitz, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, we'll be back with some immigration talk with Mark Krikorian right after the break. Don't go away, but there is this hour's America.